You never had a chance with Angie except for a quick roll in the hay, but that's about all. You could still get that if you wanted it. She gives it to everyone else. Why don't you? Oh. Hey, you two, cut it out!
Well, Fiona knows that Angela's illegitimate. Wouldn't surprise me if those two were up to something.
I'm sorry, then you'll have to go.
I'll give you a check for a week's wages, and then that's it. Just go to wait outside.
Why, if Wayne's going to throw him under the bus, do the exact same back?
And I won't let you embarrass me either. Or blackmail me. I beg your pardon.
If you want to be foul-mouthed, you do it somewhere else. But as long as you're living in this house, you treat your sister properly. Don't try dragging her down to your level. Now, get out!
My God, your nephew. Scott's my son.
Hello then and welcome to the video. My name's SerenitySoloREACTS and here we are with Sons and Daughters episode 17. It's been a while since I recorded this, so please forgive me if I'm a bit clueless about what's happening. I know some bits. Fiona's just used her status to get rid of that pimp, so to say. Is he going to come back and get her? Are the Hamiltons ever going to find out about bloody Johnny/Scott and the daughter? Well, just Johnny/Scott, because he is their son. I am enjoying this show. This means that soap days are back. It will either be 7 days per week or going 7 days per week at some point, or not just this show. Like a lot of them running once weekly on a certain day. That's only if I can get far enough in front though. I can't promise you anything as of yet. But yes, I am enjoying this and I hope you're enjoying it too. If you have subscribed or followed to me so far, thank you ever so much. I do love you so much. You're helping me out, you honestly are. Channel wise, me wise, mental health wise, you are, honestly. And to my Patreon members, you'll get exclusive shows which will be on the screen right now. I don't know when these videos are going to start going live, so it could be 8, 12, 16. There's also 2 Patreon choice days as well as a buy me a coffee commission days, and any shows that are commissioned get bumped straight to the top. If I don't own them, I buy them straight away, then I record and edit them straight away. So yep, you can commission series or you can commission episodes. Don't forget those series will cost more than episodes because I've got a lot more to do. And it does take time away from doing the other shows. And they also get ad-free and uncensored early access as well to all my shows. So no blurring, no bleeps, nothing like that. Just completely ad-free and blur-free unless the show does it themselves. Because it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. I apologise for my tired voice today. I have just woke up, got stuck straight into recording. It's about 5:30 in the morning. So let's get on with it. The recap will help me anyway. It'll get me back into it. Let me know what's going off. Yes, this is a reaction video, so if you don't like reaction videos, please go away now. I do implore you because I'd rather you find this out now than put the hate in the chat. I do speak over the show at times, so please keep that in mind. If you want to put hate, read my bio first, please. See why I do this. Oh, I thought this is where it ended with David.
I've been asleep.
Oh, a couple of hours.
These don't do clips either. It's just the last scene.
I feel great. I love you.
You've never said that before.
Seemed a dumb thing to say.
I say, will I be saying it again when they walk
I love
in?
you too.
Come to think of it, it is a dumb thing to say.
Go away.
If this is your first episode, I do advise you to go back to the beginning. It is a soap.
It's okay, Dad.
No, I'll wait till he comes home. Oh, you stupid kids.
There's nothing stupid about it.
Go to the bedroom and get dressed. Now.
Come on.
We're not little kids, Dad. We didn't do anything wrong.
No wonder you were so keen to leave your mother alone.
Oh, you think it's dirty, don't you?
I think it's bloody stupid.
Why it's any more stupid for me than for you? You're only my age.
When Lynn's ready, we'll go home.
Yeah, look
That's
what
it, isn't
happened.
it? You thought it was dirty when you did it, so it's dirty for us.
Get outside of the car.
You can't make me.
I said get in the car! Why should I calm down?
Landed for a year. Just play your drums, that'll pay him off.
Well, I didn't knock his block off.
At least try not to yell.
Oh, well, how do you think I felt taking you back to her parents? Oh, what do you say? If I was Victor Hardy, I would have skinned him alive.
You sound just like your father. Well, you know what I mean.
Touchy.
Well, it looks as though he might have been right. If Kevin was lying this time, he might have been lying when Dad caught him out.
What I meant was, your attitude to Kevin sounds just like your dad's attitude to you.
You know what really made me mad? I treated him like an adult. I told him about Patricia and me. And he chucks it straight back at me the first chance he gets. I was sorry about that.
Yeah, don't talk about your ex in front of your wife, please. No matter how much of a bitch your ex is.
I suppose you're going to have your say now. I love her, Mum.
I know you do, love.
I'm sorry.
We're a silly pair, aren't we?
Can't you just say, can't you wait till she gets out of school? And hit him? The guy who looks too old to be in school? I just sound like a record. Oh, it was. That's why.
I feel like a bit of a mongrel.
A bit.
You all right?
Yeah. It ended up I didn't go to the pub, I just walked around. I had it all worked out, too. I'm sorry.
Me too.
No more fights?
No more fights.
I wish she would apologise.
I love you.
She's scared.
Here we go. Now, don't expect me to make
Really?
a habit of this.
She's not scared now.
That's great.
It's a good thing we're married. Otherwise, we'd have your dad busting in.
You can't blame him. They're only 17.
Well, you're only 18. Like I said, good thing we're married.
Yeah, well, we'll probably cop it for giving Kevin the keys.
Well, good on him. That's what I reckon.
You would.
See, 1 minute she's
Suppose
happy
I
in
better
that
call in on the
relationship.
Hardys.
The other one
Find out
she's
what's going to happen.
unhappy.
And I'll see you after school.
He's not going to stop me seeing her.
Hi, I'm Scott Edwards. You must be the new manager. Sorry I'm late.
Don't worry about it.
I thought he was a postman.
That puts you a few points ahead. Alan Pascoe. Call me Alan.
Done that.
The boss told me to let you know your trial period's over. Apparently you're a good worker.
Well, I hope you think so. Better get on with it. Before you go.
I need a few details for the records. I hate bookwork.
Oh.
You're going to do it.
Sure.
So that's
Is
the
that gonna be
position
on
at
the
the moment.
tax?
Financially grim. It's partly the fault of the drought, partly the drop in the share market, and partly the stud, which, as I said, isn't producing the returns it should. The one bright spot is the transport division. It's making enough to keep us out of the hands of the receivers, at least for the moment.
In other words, a crisis.
Well, it's not exactly panic stations, but we are in a crisis, yeah.
What about Angela's wedding? I hope we don't have to stint on that.
Well, I don't mind.
Don't be silly, love. Like I said, we're not exactly on the bones of our backsides yet.
Good.
If we need to raise capital, maybe we should sell off one of the unprofitable companies.
Oh, I don't know. Alan Pascoe's just started at the start. It's far too soon to make a decision there.
What about Mumbai?
I hope we can get by without selling anything. The purpose of this meeting was to A, tell you the position we're in, and B, suggest we cut back on any unnecessary spending, okay? Anybody want to say anything?
What's to say?
Well, in that case, meeting adjourned.
What are you going to cut back on?
Vitriol.
I think you're holding off on Mumbai for the wrong reasons.
What do you call the wrong reasons?
Sentiment, nostalgia.
We had some happy times there. Maybe I am.
From the figures you quoted, it's the biggest drain.
But things will have to get pretty desperate before I sell it.
We'll just have to keep our fingers crossed, won't we?
Gonna guess he's going to try to sell it then. Won't be mentioned for no reason.
Satisfied?
What about?
That your cheating the stud finally had its effect.
Oh, come on. You can't blame me for everything. The real problem's Dad. He's lost his touch.
Oh, so it's got nothing to do with you?
Of course not. Anyway, I'm not worried. If we go down the tubes, I've always got the trust fund to fall back on.
Oh, that's a great attitude.
There's nothing wrong with looking after number one. I suggest you do the same thing. Keep hold of Simon and you'll be right. At least now you've got a reason for marrying him. Apart from love, that is.
Is his mum gonna like them though? If they go bankrupt?
How's it going? Hey, did your father tell you the good news? I've been put on full-time staff.
For now.
What's wrong with you today?
Nothing.
It's the end of Be Nice to Scott Edwards week, is it?
I'm busy.
Look, you got what you wanted. You don't have to try now.
What did I want?
I did your dirty work for you.
I don't know what you were talking about.
Angela and Simon. They weren't even engaged when you spoke to me at the party, were they?
You've got a good imagination.
The only reason she agreed to marry him was to get at me.
Yeah, sure.
When they announced the engagement, the only reaction she looked for was mine.
You've got a problem, mate. You never had a chance with Angie except for a quick roll in the hay, but that's about all. You could still get that if you wanted it. She gives it to everyone else.
Hey, you two, cut it out!
Can he fire Wayne?
All right, Scott, what's your version? What was the fight about?
I told you nothing. He just walked up and laid into me.
You've had your
Tell him
say.
the
I'm
truth.
asking Scott. Well, did you swing the first punch?
Yes.
Tell him why.
Why? I'm sorry, then you'll have to go. I'll give you a check for a week's wages, and then that's it. Just go to wait outside.
Why, if Wayne's gonna throw him under the bus, do the exact same back? If you aren't enjoying this, could you please ask for a subscribe on YouTube and a follow on Daily Motion? It would really, really help me out. Honestly would.
Wayne will be back as soon as he's cleaned up. Do we need a replacement for Scott?
Replacement?
I can't keep him on.
You're the boss.
What?
Well, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't have sacked him.
I don't agree with brawling.
I reckon there are times when a bloke's justified in letting someone have it.
And you think Scott was?
Yes.
Well, from my understanding, there was no reason for it apart from his dislike for Wayne.
Mr. Hamilton, I overheard what they were saying before the fight started.
Yes.
Well, that's probably not my place to say, but Wayne said something pretty off about your daughter. That's when Scott went for him.
What did he say?
Well, I think either Wayne or Scott should tell you that.
I want you to.
He, said Angela got it off a lot. Sorry.
I see.
Is Wayne sacked?
It looks like I made a mistake.
I reckon so. Scott seems like a nice young bloke to me.
Better track him down. Have you got his address?
I got it this morning. Here it is, 22 Manly Terrace.
Is that a false address or a real address or?
Thanks.
Oh, real address.
Well, well, well.
Fiona.
Oh, surprise a girl next time. Come on in.
How do they know each other? I don't understand Pat.
Ah, good. Oh, I'm honoured, but why? The property?
I came to see Scott.
Oh.
How does he
I
own
was surprised to
that?
find that you were the Aunt Fiona he talked about.
Small world.
Don't say that again.
Isn't Scott at the stud?
No, I fired him this morning.
Why, what did he do?
Thought it was misunderstanding. There was a fight. I thought Scott started it, but it was Wayne, my son.
Oh. You've come to apologise.
And to offer him his job back.
Oh. Well, he's probably off somewhere licking his wounds. Do you want to wait?
Oh, I'd like to. I haven't got much time, though.
Oh, well, not to worry. I'll tell him everything's okay, and then you can catch up with him at the stud tomorrow.
Oh, time's Gordon.
Are you sure you haven't got time for a cup of tea?
Why not?
Or something stronger?
No, tea's fine.
Okay.
Could have had an Irish tea.
Does Scott know about our business connection?
No. Does he need to?
Well, it's up to you.
Scott's a great one for being independent. When he came home and started talking about the Hamiltons, I didn't let on that I knew you. If he ever found out, he'd probably think I was behind him getting the job.
Okay, I won't say anything.
If it ever comes up, I'll tell him. How's the property going?
Oh, with the drought, the word from your place is a godsend.
I say,
Don't
took
tell
quite a
me
while
that. I'll
about
be upping the percentage.
You should visit the place.
young lady Hamilton.
You'll be
What's her
surprised
name?
how it's changed.
No. Now, that'd rake up too many unhappy memories. It's just good to know it's there.
What's she with Gordon?
You're as bad as I am. A sentimentalist.
From way back. Hey, I better get this kettle on if you're in a hurry.
I am surprised he's allowed out of his room.
So, what's on your mind?
I hope it's okay me coming over. I used to talk to John, but
Yeah, I don't know how good I'll be, but I'll give it a go.
it's about Lynn and me. The way Dad's going on, anyone would think I killed someone. Okay, so we did go to bed, but only once. We had plenty of chances to do it before.
Once is all it
Millions of
takes.
times if that was all we wanted. But it isn't.
Well, what do you want?
I don't know. It's just we love each other.
Well, you are only 17,
Well,
mate.
what's that got to do with it?
But you're living at home. You've got to go along with your dad. Or move out. Which is easier said than done when you're still at school.
He's going to
You
move out.
couldn't even look after yourself, let alone Lynn.
Yeah, I guess so.
I reckon the best thing to do is just wait until things blow over. Well, hang in there until you get out on your own. And lay off the sex for a while.
Bill!
You see, that's what I mean. Everyone's going on like we did something dirty. Hey, don't worry about it. Any coffee for me?
No, serious, mate. Try and see it from your dad's point of view.
You gotta be joking.
Well, he may be saying it the wrong way, but he does have a point.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have it. If you don't want it, I don't mind.
Got a feeling things are going to get worse before they get better.
Give it to the friggin' murderer then.
We talked about putting a ban on the two of you from seeing each other, but we decided there was no way to enforce it.
You could try locking us in our rooms when we're not at school.
Climb
Don't
out
be
your window.
stupid.
I don't suppose you talked about trusting us.
What is going to happen?
It already has. Lynn's been sent to Tasmania to live with her grandmother.
When?
Really?
Early this afternoon.
It's a bit harsh.
I think it's the right decision. Well, she can finish school down there, and when she gets back, when you've grown up a bit, well, it'll be up to you two.
I bet that was your idea.
No, of course
I
not.
bet you agreed, though.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I bet you did. It's all in your dirty minds. We didn't do anything wrong. You've all got dirty minds.
Don't, love.
You couldn't trust us, could you? You couldn't try to sort it out with us.
Well, that's over.
Be back later. Right. I want to see you.
He's sacked.
I got the full story of the fight from Alan. Why didn't you tell me?
Scott could have stood up for himself.
He was stupid not to. He probably didn't want to repeat the filthy things you said about your sister.
Right, he's a real little gentleman.
It's a shame you didn't take a leaf out of his book. I've given him his job back, and I expect you to apologize.
Oh, not sacked.
All right,
Really?
That's not going to kill me. Anything else?
Yes. I don't like your attitude to Angela.
Can't blame me for telling the truth.
If you want to be foul-mouthed, you do it somewhere else. But as long as you're living in this house, you treat your sister properly. Don't try dragging her down to your level. Now, get out!
Is Gordon going to end up having a heart attack with all the stress he's got? Bloody hell. And will Wayne feel guilty if he does?
I heard some of it.
Wayne says some stupid things sometimes. Don't worry. Nobody can say a thing about my girl. Where's your mother?
Opera, and she's having supper after.
I just wanted to tell her something.
Important?
Wait till the morning.
Sydney's weather. Miles tonight.
Morning.
Saw Reg and Annabelle Watson last night. They just got back from London. Apparently things are terrible over there at the moment.
How was the opera?
Oh, it was all right.
Why?
Guess who I saw yesterday?
Couldn't even begin to imagine.
Well, nothing's
Fiona
terrible.
Thompson.
Really? Where did you bump into her?
I didn't. I went to see her.
Why?
I needed to see Scott, and it turns out that she's the Aunt Fiona he told us about.
Well, that explains a
Is
lot.
she going to put two and two together? Or he?
The reason he's been hanging around. Well, Fiona knows that Angela's illegitimate. Wouldn't surprise me if those two were up to something.
Like what?
Imagine what would happen to the wedding plans if that little snippet of information got about. There is such a thing as blackmail.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm sure the whole thing's a coincidence.
I'm not.
If Fiona wanted to pull something like that, she would have done it long before now. I wouldn't have mentioned it if I'd known how you'd react. Well, what about today? What are your plans?
Oh, nothing much. Just a couple of visits to make, that's all.
Fiona's. Is she going to tell her? Hope she. Well, mind you. I'm only 17 episodes in. No one said the storyline's dragging on a bit, but it's only 17 episodes in. Never mind.
Are you alone?
Just the record player and me.
Can I come in?
Sure.
I had hoped I'd never have to see you again.
I'd always look forward to it.
Had you? I wonder.
Listen, I don't know why you're here, but I don't want you to come barging in my house like Lady Muck.
I know Gordon came to see you yesterday, but I don't know what you talked about.
Not you.
Gordon doesn't know about everything that happened here before he met me. I intend keeping it that way.
So she's told him she only had
nice,
one.
healthy, open marriage.
He knows about Angela, of course, but nothing else. No one does. And I've got Angela all set to make a very good marriage.
Yes, I've read about it.
Not you, not Scott, nor anyone is going to wreck that.
And what makes you think we'd want to?
Oh, it's too much of a coincidence. Out of the blue, your nephew turns up and thinks he can start telling my daughter who she can and she can't marry.
Oh, not that you try and tell her, of course not.
And I won't let you embarrass me either. Or blackmail me.
I beg your pardon.
If that's what you're thinking of, I can tell you right now there's no money.
How dare you?
We're almost broke.
I don't give a damn about your money.
I've put a lot of effort into my family, and I'm not going to see somebody like you ruin it.
Don't you give me family. Don't you dare mention family to me when you dumped half of yours. You took off with Gordon without a second thought as to who was going to look after him, who was going to nurse him or mother him. Why, you couldn't give a tuppenny damn about him.
Well, I can't see that it was too much of a problem for you.
It wasn't easy.
You brought him up.
For 5 years.
She's going to put two and two together.
My God, your nephew. Scott's my son.
Oh. I'm going to guess she's going to try and keep him further away now. She's going to see him as someone to spoil the family unit. She only got off with Gordon for his money. I mean, she didn't seem like that kind of person back then, which was young Susan Kennedy. I'm gonna guess this is where the scheming really begins then. When I was doing research on this show, I did find out that she was probably the biggest schemer in it. I don't know what happened to her or anything, so please don't tell me. Please don't spoil any future plot lines for me. Never seen it before. But she hasn't really done much scheming up until now. I'm going to guess this is the moment. I really do. Glad she found out though. We need the Bill storyline to wrap up, never mind this. We need Susan to find out. Is he going to be in danger? Where's his mum? His mum's not been in it in a while. Sign out. Yes, so as I says, please don't spoil any future plot lines for me. I want to watch it unspoiled if possible. If any storylines future, you can speak about what's happening in this episode. You can speak about what's happening in the final episode. No, don't do that. In the other episodes. But please do not speak about future episodes unless it's extremely vague. Don't say this person dies, this person leaves with this person dumps this person. No, I don't want that, please. If it happens too many times by the same person, I will be pressing that block button. I don't like blocking people. I won't block comments unless they've either spam them or, you know, it's something that will get them into trouble, you know, such as spam, or because I did have one message, well, same message spread over 4 videos. Luckily they got held for review, so I deleted them. They were quite nasty. Not the nastiest I've had, but quite nasty. To delete those comments. Also, there was another 2 that was very nasty, and if YouTube saw them, that this person would have got in trouble. So I will only delete comments if I think the person will get in trouble for it. Apart from that, it's free speech. Do what you like, but do not spoil. And please respect the other commenters as well, the other viewers who comment. I don't mind what you say to me, I honestly don't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it when people jump into my defence. It means that it just shows that I've got loyal viewers, and I love loyalty, I honestly do. This is why I try to be 100% honest with you. Try to respect each other, please. Even if it's the biggest difference of opinion, someone really believes this. Say a flat earther comes in, they believe flat earth, you don't, and I'm not a flat earther, by the way. You don't. Please try to remain civil in the chats. I don't want my chats turning into a turf war. I'm called Serenity Solo for a reason, peaceful one. I'm pacifist in real life. I don't agree with hurting people. Don't get me wrong. If I do that video, if I get enough subscribers and I do the video about my past, you will see why I got these issues right now and why I don't like hurting anyone. You'll see the full picture, but that's quite a lot of subscribers, so it's going to take a while the way my numbers are just trickling up right now. But yes, don't forget, if you've got any suggestions for shows, I have got, as of recording this, I might have found another one by the time this goes live. I have got 3 days worth. I did want it like once every 4 weeks on Saturday and Sunday, but I've had to split it down to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If I find one more show, I did look for a country practice like someone suggested. I couldn't find collection 1, and that's where we need to start from. But yes, if I can find another soap, I've looked for Sunset Beach. I would have loved to react to that. Days of Our Lives, I wanted to react to that from the 90s. I've seen that up until just after the Garden of Eden storyline with the shotgun wedding, so to say. the shotgun wedding. I don't know what happened after that. The Channel 5 took it off. But yes, I would have been completely blind after that. I probably would have started just before the Garden of Eden storyline. I have looked up Crossroads, Family Affairs. I can't find them. Can't find them at all. Even Neighbours is only going to run up to episode 160, I think, because I can't find any more of those. I haven't got someone like Taff316 has, who sends in files of shows. I wish I did, but I don't, unfortunately. Maybe one day, not right now. Also, Home and Away only goes up to episode 200. If they stick another batch on Amazon Prime, I'll be able to do that. The only problem with Amazon Prime is I can only record one show at a time, because unfortunately, if I try to record two, the second one just comes up as a black screen. You can hear the sound, but just a black screen. So I can only record one at a time there, and it's really irritating. But what I might do is one Home and Away. I'd rather not do them off platforms where I know I pay a subscription. I'd rather not do them off platforms where I haven't bought them. But they didn't release them on DVD. If they did, I would have bought them. Even if they did it like 100 episode collections each time, I would have loved to, honestly. And Neighbours stopped. They stopped bringing out the DVDs. Oh, one thing about Neighbours. I've got the first from the beginning. That's the only one I could find. And then it will go to Nachburn. I think that's how you might pronounce it, Nachburn. That's still Neighbours, but it's German. It is in English, but it might come up as Nachburn instead of Neighbours. I do apologise about that. I couldn't find the other from the beginnings. If I can, I will get them, but for now I can't. So anyway, I've left this going on far too long. Just a bit of news there. If you haven't subscribed or followed to me so far, could I please ask you to do so? It would really help me out if you're still here, that is. Bloody hell, that went on a bit, didn't it? Also, if you have, thank you ever so much. It really does help me out, it honestly does. Me-wise, mental health-wise, channel-wise. Honestly, it does. I love you lots. And to my Patreon members who get exclusive shows, which will be on the screen right now. I don't know when this goes live, so possibly 8, 12, 16, could be 24, but I doubt it. 24 is coming late 2024 and early 2025. I am hoping to get these out around the midpoint or third quarter of this year. I don't want to take it to November, December. I want it out before September if I can, but I need to get right in front. Very far in front in order to do it. I don't want, if this is going fortnightly, I don't want to be dragging behind with the shows. Anyway, you also get early access to all my Daily Motion and YouTube shows, ad-free and uncensored there as well. I may be lagging behind on the soaps. If I am, I do apologise. It is very hard to keep up on top. I've got to do all the editing as well. I have found a way to speed up my editing, well, speed up my rendering, but the editing just goes along the same. So I might be able to do one extra show a day, which puts it up to like 5 or 6. That's it, depending on length. Because it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. I am sorry for this elongated sign out, but I will move on to the next one now, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.